Hi, it's Mary Kay from Backbone Valley Nursery in beautiful Marble Falls, Texas. Once again, we're at the 1st of May, and what do we have but rain? May is one of our rainiest months, and we need to be aware to expect a lot of that. And we all have vegetable gardens in now, and we're going to talk a little bit about what to expect with a lot of rain in our vegetable gardens. Many people have heard of blossom end rot, and if you read articles or you go online, it all says, well, that's caused by a lack of calcium. Well, in part that's true. In part, there's a little bit more to it than that. In acid soils, there may be a lack of calcium in the soil, and the plant does not have that to uptake and get to the end of the fruit, the blossom end of the fruit. What happens with blossom end rot is you have a nice tomato, and the far end or blossom end of that fruit will turn black. Well, it's unusable at that point, and you've lost that fruit. What they've discovered is there's a lack of calcium in that location on that fruit. Well, besides having a lack of calcium in the soil, what could cause that? Because our soils are typically pretty heavy in calcium. We have some calcareous soils. Our water certainly has calcium, and your fertilizer that I know you're using, this good Fox Farm fertilizer, has calcium in it. So what causes the lack of calcium in the end of the fruit? Fluctuating soil moisture. That's it. So if you have rainy days where it stays very, 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 very wet, you will have root loss, those little hair roots that I've talked about before that uptake water and nutrients. The nutrients, especially calcium, are not able to be taken up and translocated to the blossom end of that fruit. The other thing that can cause it is wet, dry, wet, dry. So if you have, especially raised beds or container gardens, if you have a pot and it goes dry one day, but you get to it and you water it and the plant seems okay, 2 to 3 weeks down the road, you're going to see some blossom end rot. It's not an instant thing. It usually takes 2 to 3 weeks to happen. We're very fortunate that it usually affects less than 10% of the fruit, and it's the early fruit on your tomatoes, because this is the time of the year that we're going to have these rainy fluctuations. Anything that's under your control, such as keeping adequate moisture, consistent moisture in your gardens, whether it's in the ground, raised beds, or pots, is going to eliminate this problem. We can't control the rain. We can only control the water that we give the plant. So this is something we're going to see in the upcoming weeks. I wanted everybody to realize why it's happening, and that calcium is not often, in this neck of the woods, is not often the way to fix it. I want you also to know that it affects other vegetables as well. We see this on peppers. The bottom of the pepper will turn black, bell peppers especially. We'll see it on eggplant. We'll see it on squash. So anytime you see the blossom end, meaning the end of the fruit where the blossom has fallen off, turn black and look like it's rotting, it is rotting. It is a lack of calcium because the root system has been compromised and is not able to uptake the calcium and transport it to the blossom end of that fruit. It's that simple. This is Mary Kay. We hope to see you next time.